Welcome back, Fantasy Fiction Fanatics. It's great to see you again, and I hope you're doing well. Sorry, my lighting is not the best right now. The sun has gone down just enough that it's looks dark. I swear I have lights on me, but obviously I need more. I'm filming a little bit later than I usually do today, and so it's not, outside isn't as helpful as it normally is. So please bear with me. Hopefully you can still see me okay. Alright, so today is going to be a book review on The Girl and the Mountain. It is by Mark Lawrence and is book 2 in the Book of Ice series. So if you haven't read book 1, you probably want to start there since it is a progressive series. But if you have read that first one and are looking to find out a little bit about the second one, this is the review for you. So I really actually liked this book quite a bit. I have several pros for it. Let me go ahead and jump right into what I liked, and that would be, start off, first things first would be the world building. It has amazing world building in this book. From book 1 to book 2, it really expands on what you know about this world and completely changes a lot about what you know from this world. Like, I felt like in book 1 that I truly understood what this world was and what was happening in it, and then book 2 happens and I'm like, no, I really did not. It was just the tip of the iceberg. Book 1 and book 2 has really expanded upon this world, really mixed in some sci-fi elements that have been increasing, and a lot more complexity to the plot and complexity to this world. It's super, super interesting. I really feel like if you're somebody who is really attracted to stories that have really intricate, interesting worlds, this would be great for you. Book 1 was already excellent, and book 2 just gets better with the world building and understanding what's happening in this story. So amazing world building, amazing world. It has some awesome Greek mythology continuing to be mixed into. We had a little bit in book 1. Book 2, though, now has some amazing Greek mythology intermixed into the actual being and actual setup of this world and the people and the elements that are in this world. So it adds an extra layer as a reader who understands what the mythology is versus the characters that do not really understand what those added meanings is. So as a reader, you truly get an extra depth to what's going on or what is being portrayed with that mythology. So especially if you like Greek mythology, I think you'll really find those aspects interesting. I won't say I'm an expert, but I do really like Greek mythology and do research on some of the myths and things like that and knowing about it. And so you really catch these elements in this story, and I think that it's super, super cool. Really adds an extra layer to what this story is. Super amazing. Again, a little more sci-fi elements, but I feel like they're really intriguing. They're really unique. I've never read a story that's like this before. And I didn't notice those sci-fi elements as much, though they were there in the first one. But then as we continue to world build and continue to understand what's going on with this world, they really become clearer and really mix with the fantasy really, really well. I feel like it's a very interestingly woven between the fantasy and the sci-fi for this particular story. It's super cool and seems very natural and organic, so really excellent on those. So if you're somebody who likes kind of a mix of genres, you'll definitely like book 2 because it really does continue to mix those two elements together. And of course, the characters are as good as they were in the first book. We continue to see them progressing. We continue to see what challenges them and what lets them move forward. Do have a couple new characters, a couple new things going on. And new sides to some old characters that we didn't know existed. So continued great character building, great characters to keep you intrigued and to want to progress to the end goal. So definitely if you liked book 1, book 2 is super great. It has a lot of cool elements in it. I definitely believe that you would enjoy it if you read book 1. The only con or only thing that I didn't like quite as much is the pacing a little bit. The first half of the book does progress from, Yaz at the end of book 1 is crawling out of the pit and is captured by the priests, and we're kind of left hanging like what's going to happen. And it progresses forward from there, right directly from book 2, starts off right where we left off. And the events that progress from there happen smoothly until about halfway mark or so, where we transition to a new part of the book with Yaz and how she's continuing forward with her adventure. And I felt like the stuff that we were thrown into at the beginning of the book resolved a little easier than I expected. I expected it to go on longer, or I don't know, it just seemed a little bit easy in the end to have that be resolved and to move on to the next step of the journey. So it took me a little bit more time, like a couple chapters after that point, to kind of really re-sink in and re-immerse myself in the story, because I just felt a little jarred out of it. But did end up really ending very strongly and with a bang, so I kind of, by the end, completely forgot most of my discomfort at the beginning, or at the middle there. So really strong beginning to the middle, a little bit of a weak spot in the middle there, and then it slowly grows back into being stronger to a really great strong end with another anxious ending that makes you want to know what's happening next. So overall, I definitely recommend. I definitely feel like there's great things in this. I feel like there's a lot of potential for both fantasy readers and people who like a mixed genre with the fantasy and the sci-fi. Really great writing, really great work from Mark Lawrence. So I thank you to him for writing such great series, and I feel like I could definitely recommend this to a decent amount of you. And especially if you like book 1, I think you'll definitely like book 2. So yeah, I guess that's my review on The Girl and the Mountain by Mark Lawrence. I hope if you check it out that you'll let me know if you ended up liking it. If you want more of a detailed, fuller review on it, I do have one posted on my blog. Go ahead and check out the link below. I'll link it there so you can just click and find that review. It's got all the book details over there, a little bit more in-depth discussion about what I think about all of these points, and links and all that kind of stuff that you might want over there. So hope you'll check that out if you're interested, and I will see you guys in the next class. Bye.